start. We are already live on Facebook. So I think in the interest of time, we'll start. And I have messaged people, they'll join us in the meanwhile. So President, should I start? Dr. Goel, you are with us, sir?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you today. And today, IIT Delhi Alumni Association, along with CSIR NEERI, Delhi Zonal Center. Today we are celebrating International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies. And in Rig Veda, air is considered as the agent for the welfare of the people. It is addressed differently as father, brother, and friend. Vayu is prayed to impart good health and eternal happiness and blessings. Ancient India realized the importance of clean air for ages. Air is one of the most important factors over the earth, without which one cannot imagine good health, productivity, flourishing economy, and a healthy environment. September 7, 2019 was established by a UN resolution, and the first event with the theme Clean Air for All was held on September 7, 2020. We at IITDA also celebrated it along with Maharashtra Pollution Control Board. And the theme for this year is Healthy Air, Healthy Planet. IITDA, a vibrant base of more than 54,000 alumni, has one of its objectives under clause 3 of its MOA, which is to increase public awareness of the role of technology in value addition in the economic and social development of the nation. The 4 E's, environment, education, entrepreneurship, and ethics, are the major components of its above objective. So we had a series of awareness workshops last year, the Mahaparivesh series, along with the MPCB. And this year also we celebrated the Environment Day, and today also we are celebrating the International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies. So with these words, now I would like to invite the President, IIT Delhi Alumni Association, Mr. Kalpin Shukla. He is a BTech Chemical Engineering, 1984 batch. He has his PGDM from IIM Ahmedabad. He's worked with Johnson & Johnson, Unilever, Pidilite, British Gas. And he is, for the past 8 years, the president of IIMA, Alumni Association, Mumbai chapter president, and ex-director Vidya Vardhini Education. This year, he has taken over as president of the 54,000 IIT Delhi Alumni Association. So, introductory address, the president.
Thank you, Dr. Gitanjali. Very warm welcome to everyone and very good afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome you all for this webinar, which has been organized by IIT Delhi Alumni Association in association with NEERI, the National Environmental Engineering Research Institute, and municipal corporations of Thane, Ulhasnagar, and Nashik, to celebrate the International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies. I'm also happy to acknowledge very encouraging support offered by different municipal civic authorities to IIT Delhi Alumni Association last year during the Mahaparivesh initiative. In fact, the series of events and webinars certainly contributed a great deal in spreading the awareness and sensitizing the public as well as the public authorities with reference to need for pollution control in general and clean air in specific. Today, we are privileged to have Dr. S.K. Goyal, Chief Scientist and Head NEERI Delhi Zonal Center with us. We shall also hear expert views and comments from our other distinguished speakers. I see Ms. Manisha Pradhan, the Head Pollution Control Cell of Thane Municipal Corporation, who's already joined us. Clean air for blue skies is anyone's dream who stays in any of Indian cities, including Mumbai, Nasik, Thane, or be anywhere. Unfortunately, the only time we could see a blue sky for a brief while was due to extended lockdown over months during the pandemic situation. It needs no explanation to accept that air pollution adversely affects the Earth's biodiversity, climate, ecosystems, and every possible other element. And that in turn negatively impacts the lives of human beings. Air pollution is estimated to be responsible for more than 7 million deaths each year through different diseases, including lung cancer, acute respiratory infection, COPD, etc. Healthy air, healthy planet is a theme defined by UNEP for this year, while observing the International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies. The programs and the events will create awareness about the significance of air quality and come up with ways to improve the environment and quality of lives of the people. Among the many factors, industrialization has been one of the prime sources of pollution of environment, leading to premature deaths and severe health disorders. At the same time, it is equally important to understand that without industrialization, economic progress remains restricted, and large masses of underprivileged sections of the society remain deprived from basic comfort and meaningful living conditions. Although poor people continue to breathe poorer air quality continues to correlate with low gross domestic product. And therefore, lower the GDP, lower is the quality of air, and therefore lower is the standard of living for the poor people. And somewhere, all aware, all elite people need to think in this direction, that our main objective should be to prioritize the need for clean air while stressing on issues related to the sustainable development goals. So I'm also hopeful that efforts in right direction can help us mitigate the problem and also bring it under control over a period of time. I will highlight a few points from a recently published report, which was carried out by UNEP in association with Swedish Environmental Research Institute. The main sources of air pollution and greenhouse gases are often the same. Therefore, actions to improve air quality also helps fight the climate change. In few of the Western countries, they have observed emissions linked to electricity. Hello, sorry, I think I got muted by mistake.
Please continue. We have other cities joining us. Please unmute yourself, Kalpenji.
Yeah, I think it gets muted and it says that the host has muted you. So I need to correct that. And I'll just go over the last 1 minute again. So as I was mentioning, there has been a recent study and reports released by UNEP. Some research findings they conducted in association with the Swedish Environmental Research Institute. And few of the observations are interesting, that it is possible to mitigate the problems, particularly in the Western, Central, Eastern, and Southeastern Europe. They have observed emissions linked to electricity, heat production, and industry fell by up to 20%, largely due to greater uptake of renewable energy and improvements in energy efficiency. Similarly, they observed 20 to 30% reduction in road transport emissions, one of the primary and large contributor towards air pollution, partly due to enhanced efforts to maintain stricter vehicle standards and also promotion of electric vehicles. They also observed reduction in residential heating pollution up to 15%, thanks to increased focus on energy efficiency and green technologies, and also restrictions on burning of fossil fuels in open. So therefore, before we take off on this session, I observe that on one hand, we need to handle the problem of having clean air. On other hand, we also need to balance the need for industrialization, the need for urbanization, the need for creating jobs, the need for creating meaningful work. And therefore, with these few opening remarks, I'm keen to hand over the session to the subject matter experts and listen to their suggestions. Thank you, Dr. Gitanjali and your team of organizers for creating this opportunity to share knowledge and hear the expert views. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President, IIT Delhi Alumni Association. So indeed, a very pleasing occasion today to celebrate the International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies. So today we have with us Dr. Goyal, scientist and head CSIR NEERI's Delhi Zonal Center. We have with us Mrs. Manisha Pradhan. She is the head pollution control cell from the Thane Municipal Corporation. We also have Mr. Shiv Kumar Vanjari, city engineer, Nasik Municipal Corporation. And we also have with us Vishakha Samant. She is heading the Ulhasnagar Municipal Corporation's environment cell. So we are celebrating today this occasion with 3 cities who are with us today, and they'll be soon sharing the initiatives that they've taken up. So first, for the welcome address, I would like to invite a renowned scientist and expert in air quality issues, Dr. S.K. Goyal. He is chief scientist and head CSIR NEERI, Delhi Zonal Center. And he has done his master's in chemical engineering with specialization in industrial pollution from IIT Roorkee and PhD from Nagpur University 2002. He has multidisciplinary research experience and has significantly contributed to various projects relating to carrying capacity-based developmental planning studies for different topographical zones, Doon Valley, NCR region, Jamshedpur, Greater Kochi, Sambalpur, Jharsuguda region, and he has significant experience with him, and he has more than 100 research publications in journals, conferences, supervised more than 20 MSc MTech students on air and water related projects. He received Professor R.C. Singh Prize for Greatest Practical Importance paper by the Institution of Engineers in December 2006. So very, very experienced and renowned scientist who is with us. And we have always got Dr. Goyal's support whenever we have requested him to join us. Thank you so much, Dr. Goyal. Warm welcome. And sir, with these words, please give your
Thank you so much, Dr. Gitanjali. It's my pleasure and a pleasure to be there on this occasion, because in Delhi, as I see that this becomes a kind of a starting point for the post-monsoon season that every year we are facing. So this is a preparatory 3 or 4 weeks time for us in Delhi. And then post-monsoon season is starting from the first week of October onwards. I think everybody will be getting the newspaper and the news items on the national channels that what is the situation of air pollution in Delhi and NCR area, and that is extending up to the North Indian states in Haryana and Punjab. I think everybody knows very well about this. So with this, I think I really am very happy to be here with you. And I first of all thank the organizers to give me this opportunity. Kalpen Shukla ji, IIT Delhi Alumni Association President, and other dignitaries. I thought, what is coming in between the blue skies and us? It is a thin layer or thick layer of the atmosphere which has become dirty. And that has become dirty because of what? because of the activities, because of the actions, and this is the necessity also. I can't say that this is a purposely created, but this has happened. And how this has happened, and what are the actions that we need to take so that this can it be reversed, and if it can be reversed, to what extent. So I kept my title very brief as Cut Emissions for Blue Sky. So that is the probably the only solution that we have. And as Dr. Kalpen has said, that what are the different tools and techniques and the technologies that has to be implemented in different sectors, whether it is a industrial sector, automobiles, or any other sector. I think that then only we can cut the emissions, and that we can have the more transparency in the atmosphere and can see the blue sky. And the impacts of health are well known of the air pollution. And as we are having almost 7 million people on annual basis, these are some of the reports from the WHO, which says that what is the impact of air pollution. And as per the WHO estimates, nearly 90% of the world breathes bad air. And India life is reported to be shortened by 9 years due to air pollution. Though it may not be directly linked to the air pollution, but it is perceived to be that it is, yes, this is because of the air pollution problem occurring in the entire country. So what we want, this is the blue sky, which is rarely seen in a Delhi kind of scenario, but sometimes in the monsoon season, one can see it. Apart from the last year's lockdown period, I think it was there for a few days in the monsoon season. This is a picture taken on 21st of August 2020. And this is what we aspire. Whenever I used to go to tour on other cities, whether it is Nagpur or Jamshedpur, I found that such kind of skies are there even in the other seasons. But in Delhi, it is really rare to see such kind of atmosphere, the blue skies. And what we normally get during the post-monsoon and winter season, you can see a slightly hazy atmosphere on the top and the middle layer of the dust or dirt in between. And these are the activities which are taking place on the bottom side. You can say that this is because of the lot of domestic activities, maybe coupled with some of the household industrial activities and other activities, transport activities. And these are the two pictures showing on the 30th of October of 2020 and 1st December 2020. So this is the kind of situation one sees in the Delhi in October and December, and the layer becomes thick and thick, and the visibility to the atmosphere becomes lower and lower during the post-monsoon. And as we move from post-monsoon to winter season, these 4 or 5 months really become very critical for the Delhi and the NCR people, and extending up to the northern part of the country. And the situation is slightly improved during the summer season. You can say the height of that is slightly reduced in the summer season, but the problem is still remains persist in the atmosphere. And this is the layer which is causing the concern between us and the blue sky. And this is a picture taken on 26th of April from the same location during the summer season. Now, if to summarize this entire thing, what are the activities which are causing this air pollution problem? This band of the dust can be summarized in just 2 lines, few words. Kali badli chha rahi, badal raha asma ka rang, dharti ke seene par dekho, mach rahi kaisi hurdan. So these are the 2 lines where I think for me it summarizes the entire episode of air pollution situation in the wherever the air pollution levels have exceeded. So these activities are to be controlled, restricted, or the emissions are to be cut from such kind of sources. Now, this is what forms the air quality, various air pollution sources and their fate. So this is a kind of scenario in any city, in any district, any region of concern, that we have land is there, water bodies are there, industries are there, agricultural activities are there, domestic activities are there, atmosphere is there, and this atmosphere is getting affected. Whatever the emissions are releasing into the atmosphere, they are undergoing the changes. Some transport is taking place, some physical or the wet deposition is taking place. In the monsoon season, this gets removed. So this is the entire setup of any kind of city or town, and each source is a could be a possible source of air pollution also. So that needs to be quantified. Each source needs to be mapped. Each source needs to be quantified. And what needs to be maintained is the 12 parameters of National Ambient Air Quality Standards. And the most important parameters are now from the health point of view are PM10 and PM2.5, and which are again becomes synergistic effect with this sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide and other parameters. So if you look at the country scenario, as we already know that based on the 2011 to 2015 data set, almost entire country is considered as a non-attainment city, major cities in the countries. And this is based on the data available for the cities. There are many cities for which the data was not available. And if the data could be available for those cities, probably those may also appear in this network. So as far as Maharashtra is concerned, I'm surprised to see that as many as 18 cities or municipal corporations are there in the Maharashtra, which come under the non-attainment cities. And of the three are Nasik, Thane, and Ulhasnagar. I think representatives of those three are there today. And surprisingly, Gujarat, only Surat is there. And similarly for some other also states, also only few cities are there. Like West Bengal, only Kolkata is there. So this depends upon the how much data is has been available for the analysis. And certainly this is now the 5 years old data. And if it is to be updated for the 2021 scenario, probably this situation will change. Now, what are the different type of sources in any region? This I am showing as a general distribution of the different source activities. Normally, the different type of sources will include the vehicular industries, domestic fuel consumption, road dust, biomass burning, hotels and restaurant, eateries, crematoria, construction and demolition waste, stubble burning, landfill sites, and others. So this is a very generic kind of pie that is there, but depending upon what is happening in each area or each locality or each city and their quantification, this pie will change. Some of the sources will have a larger pie and some sources will have a lesser pie. So depending upon what is this different contribution of the different sources in this city, an appropriate control strategy has to be formulated. And now again, air pollution is though it looks a very simple phenomena, but it is a very complex to deal with. Now, if you want to deal with the problem, first the thought process or the objective is to be fixed. We want to control at the city level, at the locality level or ward wise, or surrounding the air quality monitoring stations. What are the important sources that needs to be tapped? Are there any specific parameters that needs to be tapped? And or is it a seasonal problem? Whether it is a post-monsoon or winter problem, it does not happen in the summer itself, or it is an annual problem. So everything needs to be accounted while planning for the air quality management plan. And the best strategy is that the control at the source rather than between the source and the receptor or at the receptor. And the most difficult is that between the source and the receptor. And of course, this requires adequate funds and time and willingness and commitment to do. So I'll just give you briefly the example of these three areas. Focus areas, I am saying what is the way forward, that city-specific plans has to be prepared based on the level of activities, air pollution sources, air quality levels observed, prevailing meteorological conditions, and their variations among the seasons, their source contribution of the different activities, and what is the level of improvement required. So these are some of the prerequisites for planning the air quality management plan for any city or for any region. If I look at the example of these three districts or the three municipal corporations. Okay, I'm skipping it. Yes, I have taken the example of the Ulhasnagar, Thane, and Nashik. So I was just analyzing the data. Unfortunately, it's not appearing here. I found that the area of Ulhasnagar Municipal Corporation is very small. It is just 28 square kilometer. And the population is 5.1 0.06 lakhs. That means the population density is something about 18,000 persons per square kilometer. It seems to be a very huge number. That itself is a kind of a signal that it is giving what should be the sustainable way of living or the quality of life of the people in that region. The population, such a high population density in a small area of 28 square kilometer. And this is based on the 2011, and as per the 2021, it works out to be something about 20,000. So is it properly planned to meet the requirement or the acceptable level of quality of life of the people in that area? Similarly, for Thane, it comes out to be something about 14,000 persons per square kilometer. And for Nasik, it is something about 6,500 persons per square kilometer as on 2021. So what will be the future scenarios after 10 years or 20 years in these municipal corporations? Because areas are unlikely to increase, or they have to increase the boundary of the municipal corporations, then only they can have a reasonable population density in the area. So these are the triggers or the starting points that the municipal corporations will have to start thinking in those directions also, that what is the reasonable population density, should be the reasonable population density to meet the quality of life of the people in the region. And apart from the air pollution, the other issues related to the water supply, sanitation, road transport, all those factors also need to be taken into account. The second is the air quality management, depending upon the air quality monitoring location. I was just analyzing the data of the Delhi city, and it was found that the locations which are very close to each other are having the most polluted site and the least polluted site. You can see here in the encircled diagram, the Siri Fort area is showing the most polluted area, and the least polluted area is the RK-Puram, which are very close. And this Arvindo Marg, which is near again, is the second least polluted. So that gives an idea that the distribution or the pollution patterns are not uniform across the city. So this becomes that they are the local sources which are more dominating the air quality of that region. Ultimately, whether the air quality is good or bad, that will be determined by what is measured at that particular site. So it becomes very important to understand what is the level of air pollution and how that particular site is affected by the local activities in that area. So we have come out with the certain criteria of air pollution hotspot identification. If I see that the most polluted area is the hotspot, and what are the identification criteria for that? Number 3 criteria we have fixed up. And the first criteria, the frequency of accidents, the 60% of the time it is exceeding the standards. The second is the scale of accidents. When we say the hot spot, that means it is the normal, not the normal accidents from the standards, but it is something more than that. So 1.5 times the national air quality standards. And the third one criteria is the consistency in C2. At least 3 days continuously it should be there. And the fourth criteria we have chosen is the when we are going that any city as a hot spot, the city itself, then the data at least for the 3 years should be analyzed. So this becomes the kind of criteria when we say that that particular hot spot is there, and such kind of analysis has come out. And this has come out in a recently published publication in the Science of the Total Environment. And if you look at the site, what the air quality is represented by a monitoring site. If I just to give you an example, this is one of the sites in Delhi, that is Anand Vihar site, where the lot of traffic movement is there. There are 2 bus stands, and if railway station is there, domestic activities are there nearby. Even within a 1 kilometer, lot of activities, human activities are there, which contribute to the air pollution. And if the monitoring is carried out, certainly it is going to be very high. So that means whatever the control strategies are there, first it has to be designed based on what is existing in the nearby local, by the local area. So probably the 70 to 80, if those sources are cut or those sources are identified and emissions are cut, probably 70 to 80% problem can be taken care. And if I see the land use pattern of that area, nearly 73% of the area is built up area, 15% is the barren land, and only 12% is the vegetation. So this gives me an idea that what should a kind of air pollution management plan, holistic management plan is to be prepared. is source specific or the parameter specific? As what is the focus of the parameter? Are we focusing on the PM10 or PM2.5, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, whether these are the primary pollutants or the secondary pollutants? So all those becomes very important. And at the same time, what is the assimilative capacity of the atmosphere in that area? What is the meteorological parameters, meteorological conditions throughout the year, or having the daytime, nighttime? What is the variation in those? Because assimilative capacity again varies from time to time. It is a very dynamic phenomena, and it varies with the meteorological conditions and the sources of emissions. And now this is the overall, that whatever the aspects are discussed, shown there, I think this is the entire process of integrating those things into a kind of study that needs to be carried out continuously for the improvement of any region, the air quality of any region. And the focus again remains on the emission sources from where the emissions are emitted, and the control has to be applied on the sources. So to summarize, I think it will be, as you know, that each city and the regions are not same and similar. Therefore, uniform mitigation strategy will not be applicable. We have to identify what is the specific sources, specific issues of the each region or area that needs to be addressed while making the air quality management plan. Needs to be simplified in approach, easily understood and implementable by everyone. Need to account and integrate for frequently changing local development policies. Set sector-wise smart goals in holistic manner to achieve substantial improvement in the targeted time. Need to work fast. Now, the time has gone when we used to say that it will take 4 years, 5 years, 10 years time. Now everything is, all the things are available very fast, and it should be implemented quickly. But that requires a proper institutional mechanism to ensure integration within the region, develop city-specific programs with effective implementation. And the key of all this is the proper diagnosis and understanding of air pollution issues in the area, in the region, in the city where the problem is persisting. So that unless that is properly diagnosed or properly understood, any kind of control strategy will not be effective. And that needs to be further, once it is implemented, the certain control strategies are implemented, that needs to be continuously monitored for their effectiveness, and it should be a long-term plan kind of thing. So with this, I think again I would say whatever the scenario was created earlier, I will say again say तन मन से होगा प्रयास, तन मन से प्रयास होगा और होगा सबका संग. तन मन से प्रयास होगा और होगा सबका संग, धूल का ये अंबार हटेगा फिर दिखेगा नीला रंग. So this is what we want to remove the layer of the dirt, and we can aspire to have again the blue sky. And this is what we aspire, everybody aspires, that we can have a breathable air. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share my views on this subject. Thank you. And I look forward that I'm surprised how the Maharashtra is so much polluted in terms of air pollution. That really wonders me, that I have been there in Nagpur for 27 years and I never encountered such kind of scenario in Nagpur. So how the Maharashtrian cities are so polluted, I'm unable to understand that. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Goyal. Very comprehensive presentation. And it's wonderful always to have you with us. And today's event is organized in association with CSIR NEERI, Delhi Zonal Center. So with your presentation, I'm sure the 3 cities who are with us, they would have got a very nice background for supplementing their city action plans, which are already, some work is in progress, some things have been implemented. And we again will come back to Dr. Goyal for our guidance.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now I would like to invite Mrs. Manisha Pradhan. She is heading the pollution control cell at the Thane Municipal Corporation. Mrs. Manisha Pradhan. And I actually have been to the city. I have seen the way Thane Municipal Corporation works. And 2 years back when I started working with this city, it was like most of the time they were busy making proposals for the benefit of the city, be it the vertical gardens, the billboards, the pollution, the display boards for awareness regarding the pollution, the TMC app. So you name it, and TMC, either it is there existing or there is a proposal to have it. So welcome, ma'am, Manisha ji, a very dynamic head of the center, and there is so much to learn from you, ma'am. Welcome again, and please share the initiatives which are in progress.
Thank you, Gitanjali madam. Am I audible? Am I audible, madam?
Yes, yes, madam. Yes, madam. Please continue.
Thank you very much. Actually, I would like to appreciate Dr. Gitanjali madam. She herself prepared our micro action plan for our NCAP city, and because of her hard work only it get approved. So thank you very much, madam. So welcome to all on this International Clean Air Day. That is, we are celebrating on 7th September. Actually, in my thought, it is a day which is
Madam, you are on mute. आप unmute करिए, ma'am. Manisha ji, please unmute yourself.
Am I audible, madam?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am. Yes, yes, madam. Yes, yes.
So, actually, I thought this day we have to monitor our progress to see our reduction in various air pollution control measures. This day is designated to raise the awareness and facilitate the action to improve the air quality. And this year our theme is healthy air and healthy planet. So on this day, we have carried out today we have actually initiated the awareness programs. So we have taken our all stakeholders like representative from colleges, then MPCB authorities, from collector department, industry department, and some NGOs. Today we have visited our TMT depot, Thane Municipal Transport Depot, and we have demonstrated our students how the bus cleaning is going on, then which removes the dust, how the PUC is taken out, because in colleges they only learn that certificate long form and all that. Today we have given them hands-on training how the pollution control certificate is taken and everything demonstrated. Also we have given them training on the CNG. What is the CNG long form, how it is useful, how it helps to reduce the air pollution. As this young generation is our ambassador for air pollution, various awareness programs. So we have given a large today awareness program on this International Clean Air Day. Actually, under the state guidance, also we have prepared the action plan for air pollution. Also, we have initiated the various mitigation measures like the e-vehicles, e-buses, e-vehicle infrastructure, then horticulture composting, because in Thane city around 6 lakh plants are there and lot of leafy litter is there, and if we ignore it they start burning it. So we have taken a massive program of horticulture composting. Then it is actually TMC population is 25 lakh and TMC's vehicles are 23 lakh. As per RTO data, 23 lakh vehicle pollution is there. So major air pollution is because of vehicles only. So we have taken the e-vehicle policy and also infrastructure, e-vehicle charging infrastructure we are promoting. And also we have got established the pollution control cell. So as the Goyal sir has told that first we have to monitor and first we have to find out the local source of air pollution. So we have got the mobile laboratory, we have got all air pollution well-equipped laboratories there. So with the help of this, we have carried out the hotspots and complete 1 season data we have taken to decide our hotspots. And also we have got the under smart city that control dashboard is we have prepared to monitor the air quality at various locations. Also we have got the continuous ambient air quality online monitoring machine is there. So regular air quality monitoring is going on. So with the help of citizen engagement and various technologies like Gitanjali madam is there, or IIT is there. With help of this, TMC will try their best to meet the guidance, meet the limits given by the state, that now TMC's air quality PM10 level is around 135 to 150 microgram per cubic meter, and as per standard up to 2024, 30 to 40% reduction is there. So with the help of this citizen engagement and technological experts, TMC will try maximum to meet the state guidelines. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Manisha ji. Really nice to hear it from you, because you've taken so many initiatives over so many years. So
Yes.
thank you so much, madam, for joining us today. Now we have with us Mr. Shiv Kumar Vanjari. He is currently the city engineer with Nasik Municipal Corporation, and he has his MTech from IIT Bombay in environmental engineering, and is also currently pursuing his PhD from the same center at IIT Bombay. So he has worked in the areas of planning, designing, executing environmental engineering projects such as sewerage systems, wastewater treatment, solid waste management, composting, water supply, water treatment, recycling, reuse. So he also has immense exposure and experience in these things. So I would now request Vanjari sir, namaskar.
Namaste. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, visible.
Yeah,
both.
yeah,
So
yeah.
really
Yeah.
pleasure.
Yeah.
So-
Thank you.
So as we all know that after engineer, the second most powerful person in the city is the city engineer.
Yes.
He's also the most busiest, I understand. So thank you so much, Vanjari. And I would request, sir, that you
Yeah.
kindly start with your address, and please list the initiatives which Nasik Municipal Corporation has taken, both the corporation and the city.
Yeah. Yes. A very good afternoon to you all. I tender my apology for not being able to join for the full session, first session. For the second session, Gitanjali ma'am has selected me as a panelist. I thank you all for that. And just can we have some presentation, ma'am? Would you kindly
Yeah.
upload the
I'll
presentation?
ask my staff to do that. Satish ji, please. Sir, while he is like starting your presentation, you can give a brief about the city.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is the presentation visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Yes. So, as we all know, Nasik is one of the cities in the state of Maharashtra which has been selected under the NCAP program of CPCB. So accordingly, there are lot many activities that are ongoing in the municipal corporation. Primarily, we were required to submit our air action plan, which envisages the entire gamut of in the field of air pollution control. So it has several aspects. So we'll just have a brief overview of all the elements that have been envisaged in the said air action plan. Yeah. Next slide, please. Next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah. So there are there is a continuous review that is going on at the level of MPCB as well as CPCB. So there are some benchmarks that have been identified, and accordingly, we would like to state that NMC, that means Nasik Municipal Corporation, has satisfactorily completed all the milestones that have been whatever that are being mentioned in the air action plan. So as far as the source apportionment studies as well as the emission inventory, IIT Bombay has, along with NEERI, has been interested to carry out the said activities, and these activities are in progress. So, as has been stated in this slide, we have created an air pollution quality monitoring cell in the at the level of the NMC administration. So, yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, so the micro level city action plan, this Gitanjali, Mrs. Gitanjali ma'am has been very generous in preparing this micro level action plan for the city of Nashik. She has extended her wholehearted support for the said preparation, and accordingly, this micro action plan is being in progress. Yeah. So next slide, and we are also conducting several review meetings at the level of all the members of the committee. Okay, yeah. So we have received 20 lakh funds under NCAP, and we are in the process of utilization of those funds. And accordingly, some progress is going on, albeit slow, but still we are planning to complete the said activities within a span of around 2 months' time. Next slide. We are also submitting the required utilization certificate to MPCB. For all the activities that have been mentioned in the activities that are envisaged under the NCAP program. Yeah, so some activities are completed, some are in progress. We go into the details of that. So likewise, we also published the tender, and whatever are the requirements as per the tender rules, we are progressing it as per the time frame. Next slide. Yeah, so this is the view of the this fountain that we have developed as a part of the NCAP funds. Right. Next. Yeah, and I would like to state that under the 15 Finance Commission, we have received a grant of 20.5 crores in the first installment, and in the second installment also we have received the same grant of 20.5, so totaling to 41 crores. So accordingly, these are the activities that are planned in that first installment of 20.5 crores. And I'm happy to share that out of the said allocation, so for the crematoriums, we have already floated the tenders and finalized the agencies also for the construction of the crematorium. And the construction and demolition waste project is also in progress. So we have allocated around 3.5 lakhs for it. And I would like to state that for every division, we are procuring this road sweeping machine, one in each division. That means we are having around 6 divisions. So from the second installment that we have received, so from that we are going to make the necessary fund allocation for the same. Next slide. So these are the snapshots of the tenders that we have floated for this crematorium. Next. So these are the meetings that we have conducted, stakeholder meetings with MPCB, NEMA, and Nashik Industries Manufacturers Association and NMC. Next. So, as a part of awareness workshops, around 10 awareness workshops have been conducted in the city. Gitanjali ma'am has personally supervised and conducted those training workshops, and we are happy to state that there is a lot of awareness that has been created amongst the student folk in the city. Yes. Next. Yeah. So this is the meeting that we have conducted along with our commissioner for the allocation of this NCAP funds as well as the 15 Finance Commission funds. Next. Yeah. Next. So this is the formation of the committee, and accordingly, whatever minutes that have been transferred in the several meetings, this slide shows them. Next. Yeah, so there are several activities that are planned in the smart city initiatives as well, and accordingly we are moving forward with that with those activities also. We are coordinating with the smart city cell and getting the required support from them also. Next. Yeah, so these are the traffic islands we have developed as a part of our CSR initiatives. Around 80 to 90 traffic islands we have developed in the city. Next. Yeah, so this is the bicycle sharing scheme. Actually, that has encountered some problems, but we are working on them solve that issue. Next. So we are having one of the best state-of-the-art compost processing plant in the city, and we were the first city in the country to initiate this implementation of the solid waste management rules 2000. Accordingly, as per the new 2016 solid waste management rules, we are complying with all the mandates that have been stipulated in the said 2016 rules. Next. So we are having some environmental sensors that are planned around 36 number of environmental sensors are planned as a part of smart city initiatives. So out of that, around 5 to 6 are have been commissioned, and the remaining work for the remaining ones, the work is in progress. Next. Yes. Yeah. So that was a brief snapshot of whatever activities that are being conducted in the city. Yeah. So that's all for me.
Thank you, Vanjari sir. Nice to have you with us, and thank you so much for taking out time. And I'm sure that you have seen Dr. Goyal's presentation, and
Yes,
next
yes.
time also we'll try to involve Dr. Goyal in some of the things wherever we are stuck. We'll ask for his help.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I think with these presentations, we only have, I am happy to share 2 of these, Thane and Nasik, populated large cities, also the smart cities, which have received significant funding from the government under various schemes. So they are on their way to be smart cities indeed. And we have last city for today, which is Ulhasnagar. Unfortunately, Commissioner Ulhasnagar Corporation, he could not make up. He had to go to the Mantralaya for a meeting. So we have Mrs. Vishakha Sawant with us. Vishakha ji, I think she also might have left right now. So with President's permission, I think we'll conclude.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. I, first of all, am very thankful to President IITDA, Mr. Kalpen Shukla, for giving me this opportunity that we were able to organize this special UN designated day today, along with support from MPCB for the first session and CSIR NEERI's Delhi Zonal Center for the second session. And we had today 3 cities on board with us. Thane Municipal Corporation, Nasik Municipal Corporation, and Ulhasnagar Municipal Corporation. So I thank once again everyone for joining us today. And I hope that you had a wonderful session with the Dr. Goyal's presentation, and you saw for yourself how the cities are doing their work and trying to execute the initiatives for which they have received funds. There have been some delays because of COVID last year, and even this year we have suffered because the staff is less and the pressure of work is more, and I'm sure the cities will be able to achieve their targets very soon. So thank you everyone for joining us, and if there are any suggestions or comments from your side, you can share them.